Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my world. So feel free to pull out a project and work alongside me, or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it, because it is currently Sunday, May 10th, and it is almost 7:30 at night, and it's been a pretty busy weekend, I'm not gonna lie. So before I get into it, accessory wise, I'm using my custom pen from Creations Moran. This one is one of my favorites. I haven't pulled it out in a while, but I just really wanted to use it. And then I'm using one of my trays from Yellow Dog Designs. And then I do have, if I end up placing any AB drills, my electric pen from Art Dot. This one I got off Amazon. Okay. So, in terms of the diamond painting that I'm working on, I decided to take a little bit of a break because this weekend I have been working on my Diamond Art Club mystery kit quite a bit, and I managed to finish a row this past weekend, and I just didn't feel like working on it for today's video because I need a little bit of break. So I have pulled out this kit here. I don't know how well you can see it. I don't have an image of it because it is a Diamond Dots kit, and Diamond Dots does not come with any sticker labels, things like that, but it's essentially a partial diamond painting, and it is a unicorn flying in front of the moon. So that's what I'll be working on. I've got this section to work, sort of get through, and we'll see how far I get. But yeah, okay, let me grab a color and then I'll dive into my story about where this kit came from. Okay, we're going to do this color. Okay, so before I dive into my story, how are you? What is new? Here it has been busy. I guess before I get into it, this kit that I'm currently working on was one of the kits that I had featured in a video I had posted back in January of this year, talking about my most anticipated kits in my stash. And this kit was one of the kits. I think I had like 13 kits or something that I really wanted to work on this year. Maybe not that many, but I feel like it was 13. Well, I can't remember. Anyway, this kit is actually one of the very first licensed diamond paintings that I had purchased. And believe it or not, I actually got this at a Value Village. So, I mean, when I kitted it up, it seemed like all of the drills were here. I guess we'll find out as I keep working through it. I have not purchased from Diamond Dots, like the actual store website, so I don't know if like their kits actually come with sticker labels, things like that. But this one did not come with it, or maybe it did have one, but whoever donated it took it out. I have no idea. But yeah, so that's sort of how this kit came into my stash. I decided to start on it because I just needed a break from square drill canvases. And the past 2 months, I had been really focusing just on the Diamond Art Club mystery kit and a couple of smaller projects. And I thought, you know what? This just seems like a nice little break. Plus, Diamond Dots, I mean, I've done a couple Diamond Dot canvases before, and I find like their round drills are just really sparkly. The quality is really good. So, just needed a break. So yeah, so I ended up kitting this kit up on May 1st, worked on the first sort of bit here, the first weekend of May, and then I tucked it off to the side because I got re-inspired to continue working on my mystery kit, which the mystery kit this past week, I did finish one of the rows, which the last section of that row I finished today, like this morning, but I have not prepped it for the next row. So I haven't like put down my release paper, taken the paper or the plastic off, things like that. And I just was like, you know what? This kit's just ready to go. This is a decent sized section to be working on. May as well. Plus I told myself that for the month of May, at least, I just wanted to like try and get going and finish some of these kits I've kitted up. I mean, this one doesn't really count because this one I kitted up because I need a break. But in terms of my other WIPs, I just have the Halloween mystery kit and then the Claire and the Nutcracker by Miss Holly from Diamond Art Club kitted up. But I'm really hoping that this month I will try to finish this mystery Halloween. We'll see. I know, yeah, anyway, I'm like rambling already. This is off to a great start. But anyway, so that is how this kit came to be. Okay, why don't we get into how my week went instead of me just rambling about diamond painting, because I have a lot to ramble about when it comes to diamond painting. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this past week was busy. I was off Monday from work, so I returned back to work on Tuesday. I've been doing pretty good health-wise. I've had headaches here and there, but the migraine medication that I've been given has been working really well for me, so that's really good. Work-wise, it's the same old, same old. The only difference is that I really only have like a month and a half left of the school year before I'm on my summer holidays. So work is just sort of like starting to get a little busy in a sense where I'm trying to like start wrapping up with my like not teaching, but like just what we've been working on with the students and like their individual goals, because mid-June is when I start working on the final IEPs, which is their final report cards. So we've just been like working on their individual goals, things like that. And then for us as staff, it's just been busy because we are working through like our staffing timetables. So I imagine for myself, because I did get recalled back to my school. So originally I wasn't going to be at my school in September, and then a staff member left, so they recalled me back. So I'm back at my school in September, which I'm really happy about. But it just means that we're in the process now of, for staff, starting to get ourselves organized for September to figure out what classes we might have, things like that, which it's sort of early for them to be doing that, considering so much can happen between now and September, but that's sort of how that works. So yeah, so staffing has been very busy. I'm still waiting to see, because with the type of program that I work in, the admin, they start figuring out like where the students will be in September, like with which teacher. And typically students stay with a teacher for around 2 years. And there's been a couple students in my room that have been with me for 2 years. So I'm just waiting to see if they will be moving to a different room or if they're just going to stay with me based off of the behaviors that I work with. And then on top of that, it's also the time of year where we start working on the transitions for our incoming grade 9 students. So we're starting to see more tours for our incoming grade 8 students. And then my admin is trying to figure out who will be getting a new student come September, like new to the school. Because if you are a teacher that's getting a new student, a new grade 9, then we will be doing like school site visits to get an idea of what the different needs are for the student, figuring out what type of specialized equipment they'll need, things like that. So it's definitely a really interesting time of year. Very busy, but it's really I guess it's nice. I don't know. I can't really complain. So there's that. So work has been pretty busy. Wednesday, I went to my dance class, so that went really well. It was nice attending dance class because I didn't go the week before, thanks to feeling just really burnt out. And honestly, my mental health was not the greatest. But it was nice to go back, getting back into that routine. Thursday, I had an appointment after work. That went okay. And then Friday, what happened Friday? Oh, yeah. Friday, I got home really late from work. There was a situation at school that required me to stay a little later. And then by the time I left and fought traffic and everything, and I had a couple errands I had to run, I did not get home until closer to 5. So my Friday night was just a very quiet Friday night. I cleaned the bathroom, organized like for my laundry, things like that. And then Saturday was really busy. I had a physio appointment in the morning at 9 a.m., which went really well because my nerve tension is starting to loosen. So I haven't been having as much nerve pain, which I'm really happy about. And then I had my car appointment at 11:30 on Saturday, which was to get my winter tires off and my summer tires put on and an oil change. And while I was waiting for my car to finish its service, I ended up needing emergency maintenance on my car. And I was like, no, because, you know, anything when it comes to cars is just so expensive. But, oh, there's a hair on my canvas. But yeah, so that was fun. I mean, it is what it is. It has to happen. So that's why I create a budget for everything. So yeah, so Saturday was the car appointment. I did groceries. It was pretty busy Saturday, to be honest. And then Sunday, which is today, was pretty busy, but a good busy. I finally did my laundry because I did not do it on Saturday. I did some meal prepping, tidied around the apartment, managed to film some YouTube videos. So I finally finished filming my Stitch diamond painting unboxing and review video. And I finally filmed my bi-monthly month in review for what I worked on in the months of March and April. So I was happy about that. In terms of other things today, it was pretty relaxing. I did finally get in an Amazon order that I had been waiting on. So I had ordered like a patio umbrella for my balcony. That finally came, so I'm really happy about that because I get like really intense sunlight at like the late day sunlight, which it's lovely, but in the summer, if you want to sit out, like it's hot. So I just wanted a little bit of shade on my balcony. So that came from Amazon. So that arrived, and then my new floor lamp arrived, which I'm so happy because I needed a new floor lamp for my family room. So that came again from Amazon. Love it. So I don't know, I just am very excited, one, to sit out on my balcony now that I have an umbrella, and two, that I can finally have good lighting in my family room at night. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the lighting in my family room is lovely. It's a little like ambient donut light from IKEA, but sometimes you just need like a proper lighting. So yeah, that is that. But yeah, that's been my week, and now I'm here diamond painting, which it's been pretty good. I can't complain. This is working out really quick. I think I might be able to prep the next row on video. That would be amazing. Okay, let me just grab some tea. My goodness. Okay, so now that we are caught up on what's been going on in my world, other things that have been going on, which is interesting. So I guess we can start with like my books, because I've actually been doing a lot of reading, and I spent some time cleaning up my Goodreads because I had a lot of books on my currently reading list that I actually have not been touching, and I've decided I'm just not going to read them right now, so I put them back on my to be read list. So first of all, the book Game On by Nevessa Allen, I decided to put that book back on my want to read list because I had started it. I haven't been making any progress on it, so I was like, you know what, right now is not the time for me to be reading this book, clearly, because I just want to read other things. So that book went on the want to read list, so I'll be revisiting that one. That strill's giving me problems. The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. That one I decided to keep on my currently reading list because I used to always have one ebook and one physical book on the go. That was sort of my thing. So I would always just have 2 books on the go. So that one I decided to keep on because I was bringing it with me to work this past week, and I was reading a little bit of it on my lunch break. So I'm like, you know what? That one can stay. And then this past week, I actually made a lot of progress on the book Alchemized by Senlin Yu. That one's on my e-reader. And that book, it's very complex, I think. It's so complex in a sense of like the magic system that the author has created. But at the same time, it's really interesting, the plot. I think in my last week's WIP'n chat, I talked about how it's pretty dark and I would be needing breaks. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up binging that book Friday into Saturday on my e-reader because I like to make the font really big. It's clocking in at like, I think 1,200 pages. I don't know how many pages the physical copy is. But normally when I read on my e-reader, like, I don't keep my glasses on. So, because I'm reading in bed. So I'm like, this is great. Hence why I love my e-reader. But that book, like, it has me captivated. And I had brought it with me to the car dealer, like the car mechanic dealership place that I get my car serviced at. And like the time flew by. Like I had no idea that I was actually sitting in that waiting room for around 2 hours while my car was being serviced because I was just... Hey everyone, it's Lily from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I am back with part 2 of this WIP'n chat because yesterday, which was Sunday, May 10th, when I was filming, I apparently rambled on and on and on, finished the section that I was working on yesterday evening, so that's it there. And when I finished, or thought I finished my WIP'n chat, I realized that my iPhone that I was using to film with, the battery died. And I did not know because I just rambled and rambled. So today is currently Monday, May 11th. And it is 8:30 at night, and I was starting to edit the first part of this WIP'n chat, and I was like, ooh, this is really weird. So anyway, we're just gonna pick up where I left off, which was talking about the book Alchemized, and I guess I'll fill you in on what my Sunday evening / Monday looked like, because as you can see, I did quite a bit more of this diamond painting last night after I had thought I finished filming a WIP'n chat. And believe it or not, once I'm done this row, I only have the horse's feet because this is a partial and it's not taking me all that long to do, which I like that. But anyway, this is this is like peak chaos on this channel right now. Like, I mean, I know I'm a very chaotic person, but this is like a new level of chaos. But yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, where I had left off yesterday in the WIP'n chat was I was talking about the book Alchemized, and essentially Alchemized by Senlin Yu. I am addicted to that book. Yesterday evening, which was Sunday, after like I thought I had filmed and realized like the phone had died, and today was when I finally got around to looking at like what I actually got from the WIP'n chat, because, you know, I had to let the phone charge. But yesterday, after I thought I had finished filming the WIP'n chat, I actually ended up calling my best friend, because normally on Sundays, that's sort of like our scheduled video call time. My best friend and I, we have been friends since grade 1, and we're both in our 30s now. And, because we don't live in the same cities anymore, we don't see each other in person as much as we would like. So we at one point had made a promise to ourselves that every Sunday evening we would video call, except I haven't been video calling with her for maybe like the past month, mainly because of just life has been going on, and she's just been dealing with some stuff too. So yesterday we finally video called, and obviously on the video call, her and I were diamond painting and chatting and all of that stuff. But yeah, so that was the rest of my Sunday night, and then I crawled into bed and read more of Alchemized. And I think because the book is really long, but I think I'm on chapter 9. That's where I left off last night, because the chapters are also very long. But part of me is wondering if the chapters seem longer because of how big I've made the font, so I can read the book without my glasses on. I don't know. Anyway, so that's where I've left off. So anyway, today being Monday, May 11th, I went to work today. I just got a hunk of putty. Oh no. Okay, you know what? This is fine. I'm going to find my tweezers. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. Okay, so, oh my gosh, now there's a drill on my finger too. This is just getting worse and worse. I feel like this week's WIP'n chat is like cursed. Anyway, so as I was saying, today was Monday. I went back to work, obviously, because it's the start of a new work week, and it was pretty busy here for me. I don't know where this drill came from. It came from somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, we'll just stick it there. Is this gonna pick up? Yes, it is. Okay, so today was a pretty good day at work. It was busy as per normal. We are preparing for the long weekend, which is exciting, because for the kids it's only a 4-day school week, but for us the staff it's a 5-day week, because Friday we have professional development. So I mean, I can't really complain. So in my head though, professional development does not really count as a working day, because I'm not with my students. Like, it's literally me becoming the student. I just have to sit in presentations and learn new things. Normally we explore like new like educational tools, things like that. So I don't know, normally PA days or professional development days, I find them pretty chill. But anyway, so in my head it feels like a very short week, but the real story was, or is, what happened to me after work today. So I think in yesterday's WIP'n chat I had talked about how my diamond paintings are starting to come in, except that part was clearly cut out of the video. But long story short, my Umeko by Margaret Morales diamond painting with one of my Finding Nemo Little Diamonds diamond paintings was out for delivery. So today on my way home from work, I was able to pick it up. I have not yet opened that package yet, because I had to, essentially, I got home from work. On my way home, I picked up the package from the pickup place because I don't get packages delivered to my apartment building. They have a hard time getting in. So I picked up the package and then I came home, dropped off my stuff, and then I had to grab essentially another package that I need to drop off at Canada Post. And I need to finish my grocery shopping because last night, after everything was said and done, I realized right before I needed to go to bed, I was like, oh, I need to make my smoothie for today, being Monday. And I realized when I was going to make my smoothie for the day, I did not have enough spinach. So I was like, okay, like after work today, I'll go to the grocery store, I'll get my spinach, I'll get more almond milk, and some tomatoes, and be done with it. Well, anyway, I made it to the grocery store. They did not have the spinach that I like. I tend to buy like the cooking spinach, and it's like $2 for this giant bag of spinach, and I consume a lot of spinach. It goes on my sandwiches. I love spinach salads. Obviously it's in my smoothies. But anyway, they were out of it, which was really weird because I've never seen them out of my spinach. So I ended up buying like this spinach arugula mix for my salads. Although I don't know about putting arugula in my smoothie. So I might have to like pick the spinach out of the bag and then use the arugula for like my sandwiches and my salad. I don't know. It's sort of a hot mess right now. But anyway, so I did that, managed to drop off my stuff at Canada Post. And my Canada Post that is near me is located in a Shoppers Drug Mart, which was perfect because I don't know what I did, but my cuticles are a disaster. I will show you. Maybe look away, but I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. But this finger here is just destroyed. Today at work, I had it wrapped up in a Band-Aid because I was paranoid about getting like an infection. And now that I'm home, obviously it's getting air. I did have polysporin on it to help it heal, but my soon-to-be sister-in-law had suggested, why don't I get like cuticle cream? So at Shoppers Drug Mart, I was able to locate some cuticle cream. So I'm gonna put that on right before I go to bed because, you know, I'm obviously not using my hands to craft and stuff. And then, yeah, anyway, so when I got home from work, I settled, had dinner, cleaned the kitchen, and then decided to redo the 25-day Pilates by Izzy challenge that I had recently completed yesterday. Because, one, I've been really enjoying the Pilates at home workouts, and I have noticed a difference in like my body in terms of like toning up a bit more, feeling a lot more stronger, sleeping better, having more energy. Like, I don't know, like I've just been in a really good groove. So I decided today to restart the challenge simply because in the Pilates videos, you typically have like she calls them layers, 3 layers for each move. So like you start with layer 1, and then once we sort of do a set of layer 1, then she adds on a second layer. But the idea is that like if you can't complete layer 2, then you just stick with layer 1, and then eventually once layer 2, that set is done, then she adds on like a 3rd layer sometimes. And at the beginning of the challenge, I was having a hard time doing layer 2 because, you know, it's new to me. I'm really like taking my fitness like more seriously because, you know, I want to make sure that I can continue to enjoy, you know, my walks and just maintain my health, especially as I get older. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I love walking, I love being outside, and I'm like, you know what, build the habits now and he'll hopefully pay off when I'm, you know, older. Anyway, I don't know, it's a weird thing I'm going through, but anywho. So yeah, so near the end of the challenge, I was starting to be able to feel stronger and was starting to do more of like the layer 2 type movements, and then some of the layer 3 type movements depending on the body part. So I was talking to my friend and I was like, yeah, I think when this challenge is over, I'm just going to restart it, because obviously the layer 2 and 3 moves, like, that's something that I'm still working on, I'm still building on, so why not continue with it? So that is what I did. And then I showered, and then I started to look at what I was able to get out of my WIP'n chat from yesterday, and I only got like 18 minutes, and I'm pretty sure I rambled for like a really long time. So then I was like, you know what? I'll just film some more so that we have a conclusion and an ending. So yeah. So anyway, it's a very messy WIP'n chat, so I do apologize. Definitely next week, I will make sure that the iPhone is fully charged. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. Anyway, so other things that got cut out of this original WIP'n chat that are now in the 2.0, I guess is what we'll call this part, was that I had received an email from Diamond Art Club talking about how some of my pre-orders are still held up in customs. And essentially, my pre-orders of Welcome to My Room by the Gubu family and Harmony in the Highlands by Steve Sundrum are hopefully going to be shipping at the end of May, which I'm really excited for because, one, Gubu family has become one of my new favorite artists, and two, Harmony in the Highlands, like, that kit is absolutely beautiful. I am so excited for that kit. I feel like that kit is definitely a rainy day kit for me. It's sort of like the chokehold that kit has on me is how like Butterfly Fantasy by Steve Sundrum has on me. Like, Butterfly Fantasy by Steve Sundrum, it's one of those kits where I want to work on it, but I don't want to work on it because I know once I work on it, then it's done. Like, that's it, no more. So yeah, I don't know. I think I really need to do a Steve Sundrum kit. I mean, it's similar to my like weird obsession with Penguin Harmony that, you know, I talked about a lot. I have not worked on it because, again, once I work on it, then it's over. And plus, like, Steve Sundrum kits are very confetti heavy, but they're really colorful. So I think when I do eventually work on one of my Steve Sundrum kits, it's definitely going to be like maybe like a long-term project just because of the confetti. But then again, if it is the only project I'm working on, then it really probably won't be as tough. Like, I feel like I'd finish it fairly quickly. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so I did get an email notification from Diamond Art Club, you know, saying, hey, like, you know, your kits are being held in customs. They should be shipping by the end of May. And I was like, that's okay by me because I've got plenty of kits to work on. You know, I'm in no hurry. Plus, I diamond paint extremely slow. So I think I'll be okay. Although in one of the orders, I do have another one of the diamond, like Little Diamonds Finding Nemo kits. I can't remember which one. I think it might be Dory or Nemo. I can't remember because so far I've only ordered Dory and Nemo. Eventually I hope to collect more of them. And I also hope that Diamond Art Club comes with like bigger Finding Nemo kits, like, I don't know, when Nemo's at school, that would be a really cool scene, or like the Tank Gang, that could be fun. I just really love Finding Nemo, okay, which makes sense because I also have a pet fish, Vinny, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's sort of what's been going on in my diamond painting world. Diamond Art Club did release this past weekend another diamond painting by the Gubu family, which was one that I had voted on. I did not purchase it because, one, I knew this weekend was going to be expensive because of my car getting serviced. And two, with my brother's wedding coming up, there's just been a little more expenses, obviously, and that's fine. It's life. So I did put it on my wish list. So one day I will pick it up. But I do want to work more on what I have. At least I say that, even though, you know, I got a package today on my way home. I'm waiting for some more package. It's a thing. Anyway, so that's sort of like what's been going on in terms of my diamond painting. And then in terms of TV shows, oh my gosh. Okay, so I finished MILF Manor season 2. It was a very weird TV series. Highly addictive because for me, I love reality TV. But I needed something to fill the void. Because I don't know if there's going to be a season 3. So I decided to go on demand and see The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. So I was like, oh, this could be a good show to have on like in the background that doesn't require me to sit and focus. So on demand, they don't have all the seasons available. I only have from season 9 to the most recent. So I started watching from season 9 because I need, you know, the most episodes possible. So far, it is very chaotic. Episode 1 was chaos. Today, while I was like getting my lunch ready for tomorrow and cleaning the kitchen, I had on in the background, and like the drama is wild. Like it's just one of those things. So that's sort of what I've been watching. Of course, when I do actually want to like sit and watch TV, I have been slowly making my way through One Piece season 2. But to be honest, like I don't really sit and watch TV. Like often in my free time, I'm either reading, diamond painting, going for a walk, or just like tidying, napping, things like that. And often like when I'm diamond painting, like my TV is not in the spare bedroom. The TV is in my family room, and that's where the cable is located. So often when I'm diamond painting, I'll just watch like videos on YouTube, or I'll have like Disney Plus on my iPad. And even then, like on Disney Plus, it's often just Bob's Burgers because that's like the default. It's a comfort show. And if it's not Bob's Burgers, then it'll be like Abbott Elementary that I've been slowly making my way through. Modern Family, you know, mostly sitcoms. Or if there's like a Disney movie I haven't seen yet, then I'll put that on in the background. The one movie I really want Disney Plus to add that I'm still waiting for is the third Avatar movie. I saw the third one in theaters with my boyfriend and I loved it, but I feel like it's one of those movies that you need to see it again because there's just so many like little details, because I was just fascinated by like the animation CGI situation, and like the colors were really nice. I was like, oh, it was very bright. Like we saw it in 3D. It was really fun. Anyway, but that movie, I'm still waiting for them to add it on Disney Plus. So I hope it gets added soon. That would be really nice. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, so typically that's sort of what I've been watching. In terms of videos this week, on Thursday is my bi-monthly month in review. And that will feature the kits that I worked on for the month of March and April. I'm hoping that for the next month in review, which will cover May and June, there will be some finishes. One of them will most likely be this unicorn situation. And then hopefully my Diamond Art Club Halloween mystery kit. And I'm also hoping that I'll be starting on something new. I still have Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn out in the open. I told myself that once I got to like the second last row of the Halloween mystery kit that I would kit up the Hannah Lynn kit. Simply because for whatever reason, when I approach like near the end of a diamond painting, no matter how slow I've been working, I'm like zooming through it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what overcomes me, but I'm just like, go, go, go. And the Halloween mystery kit, I still have to prep the next row because I did finish a row on the weekend, but I'm pretty sure that when I prep that row, it's either, I think it's like the third last row. Like, I think after that, I only have like 2 more rows to go or something. I don't know. I'm really close to finishing it. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. But right now, I'm like hyper fixated on this unicorn situation. I think it's partially because the unicorn, I can see what the image is. And I won't lie. As much as I'm enjoying the mystery kit, I like kits that I can just sort of see the image and see the image as the drills are going on instead of seeing an image come to life that you have no idea what it is. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, after I finish like this weird row of this horse kit, then I just have the horse's legs and then this kit is done. So yeah, weird partial. But anyway. Alrighty, well, with that being said, I'm going to officially wrap up this WIP'n chat. It was chaotic. I do apologize again. But if you made it to the end of the chaos, why don't you leave me a unicorn? Because it is a very magical little diamond painting video that I've managed to create for this week. Anyway. All right, hopefully my next WIP'n chat will not be chaotic. And on top of that, my next WIP'n chat, I'll also have some updates about how the wedding weekend went. So yeah. So anyway, like I said, if you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a unicorn emoji. I'll turn off the light so you can see. I'm almost done with my unicorn Pegasus wing here. But if you did enjoy today's video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye, everyone.